Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be doing a palette or testing out a palette or series of palettes for a series I want to start doing on this channel potentially. And that series will be called Where They Went Wrong. So in this edition of Where They Went Wrong, I'll be doing Where Colby Covington Went Wrong. So let's get into it. So where did Colby Covington went wrong? Like, where did he go wrong at? He's in good health. He's made a lot of money. I'm sure he's still making a lot of money. He has a great career. Held on to some piece of UFC gold. Was a interim UFC welterweight champion at one point. Has a pretty good legacy. But where did he go wrong? In this pilot episode, I'll just focus on the key area where he went wrong, or where he went wrong. That's why I'll be focused on. I won't be focused on all the individual ones for this pilot, just the one, the big one. And the big one is turning down that welterweight title shot that he had, right in his bag. So when you look at his career from, I guess, the end to backwards, you look at in hindsight in a way, or in presently look at his career, you see him as basically Kamaru Usman's runner-up. That's what you see him as. Kamaru Usman was the one who cemented his legacy, defended his belt multiple times. He fought him twice, beat him twice. Yes, Colby Covington is good and great, and if Usman wasn't there, he would have been the champion, and he would have probably had a similar success. Probably, we can only assume. But he actually at one point was the one ahead of Kamaru Usman. He had Usman catching his scrap. Like, he was fighting Damian Maia first, then Usman fought him later. He was fighting RDA and won the interim belt from RDA or against RDA. And by winning that belt against RDA, he earned a shot to fight Tyron Woodley, and he could have fought Tyron Woodley and won the belt, and had been the one that had the belt when they first fought. Like, he could have been the one who was the champion going in facing the challenger Kamaru Usman. Instead, it was Kamaru Usman who had that shot, won the belt, and fought Colby Covington for his first defense. But in actuality, Colby Covington very much should have been the guy who had fought for the belt first. But he turned it down for a nasal surgery that he probably didn't even need. And I understand people have nagging injuries or nagging this, nagging that, and they feel like, I want to be my very best for my title shot. I want this to go just as I dreamed it up as a kid, or dreamed it up as a college kid, or as a young adult, or just yesterday, I've been dreaming up since I've been starting my mixed martial arts career. But it very much was something that didn't really even change his style. It didn't improve his power or anything. And it's not like he had terrible cardio or any cardio issues, or his cardio got so much better when he got the nasal surgery. Like, really, if no one told you he had nasal surgery, or he didn't mention it, nobody would know. Like, nobody would know that it was some issue or was something that needed to be fixed, or that was the reason that you turned down a title fight. They might have even made different narratives, like you were scared or something, more so than the fact that it was some nasal surgery or anything like that. But yes, all for nasal surgery that really didn't change him for the better or worse. Maybe he sleeps better at night or whatnot, but I feel like the Woodley fight was very much a fight that was winnable for him, and especially in hindsight, it's a fight that you feel like he would have won if they would have fought at that time. So I feel like he matched up well with Woodley. I feel like he could have presented the similar challenges that Kamaru Usman presented, and I don't think it would have been as easy as the fight that Colby Covington had against Woodley later on. But I still think it would have been a much similar fight to that fight. It would have been harder, but very much similar to the fight that he had later on with Woodley, when Woodley had already fell off his groove and, lost his steam and lost his aura, or whatever aura he did have. But yeah, he completely fumbled it, and that was the biggest fumble of his career. Like, he has had other fumbles and other issues in his career, but that is by far the biggest fumble of his career. And that's what separated him from being a welterweight champion and an undisputed welterweight champion and going down in his book. Like, you can't no longer dispute it or anything like that. He was an undisputed welterweight champion versus he was an interim champion. That was the biggest fumble. He has since got, 3 title chances, 3 other chances at a title. But went 0-3 in title fights. Well, in undisputed title fights. 1-3 if you count the interim belt. But yeah, he just completely fumbled. Like, he had a perfect opportunity already was a good narrative building up and fumbled it for a nasal surgery. Yes, he got to fight later on, and you can say, oh, I would beat him, so I would have beat him then, but it won't go down in history books because you had the opportunity to make it legit and like actual undisputed title shot and fight Willie and beat him then, and it didn't happen. You beat him later on, but it just doesn't have the same implications at all. Like, not at all. Like, and by that point, people already started saying Willie had declined and this and that. So already took a lot of steam off the win even by that point. So more than so than just not having the belt, beating Willie didn't even mean as much at that point. Maybe to him personally, but to the fans, the pundits and whatnot, it didn't mean as much. Still a solid win. Still going to go on your resume. Still is an undisputed champ. Still one of the greatest welterweights of all time. But you didn't beat him when he was the man. And then you had your opportunity to be the man, you know, post that. And you went 0-3 in title fights. Most notably, you became, when you were at your peak now at this point, it just summarized is Kamaru Usman's shadow. You lived in Kamaru Usman's shadow. At the peak of your career, at your best, you were Kamaru Usman's shadow. You lived inside his shadow, like. And that's weird what his career ultimately amounted to. Like, great career and whatnot, but he definitely fumbled big all for nasal surgery. And that's where Colby Covington went wrong. And that's the video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.